Hello friends, myself Swapnil Wagh, Assistant Professor in Botany at Arts, Commerce and Science College, Chandwad. In previous lecture, we studied the ultrastructure of chloroplast, then photosystems, photosystem 1 and photosystem 2, significance of photosystems, then organization of ETS in photosynthesis, evidences for ETS, then cyclic and non-cyclic photophosphorylation, then ATP synthase, how ATP and NADPH2 are synthesized. Now in this lecture we are going to study synthesis part. We already studied the photo part. In photo part, ATP, NADPH2 are synthesized and they transfer to the synthesis part, that is the Calvin cycle or C3 cycle. Why it is called as C3 cycle? Because first stable compound form is a 3-phosphoglyceric acid. Therefore it is known as C3 cycle. Why it is called as Calvin cycle? Because Melvin Calvin discovered path of carbon in photosynthesis, now known as Calvin cycle. First of all, he discovered that how carbon fix in photosynthesis. Therefore, it is also known as Calvin cycle, for which he awarded Nobel Prize in 1961 in chemistry. He is actually well-known plant physiologist. In 1954, discovered the correct path of carbon in photosynthesis. He carried out experiments on unicellular green algae like chlorella. Then Dr. Calvin showed and experimentally proved that these biochemical reactions leading to synthesis of glucose, a substance present in stroma, accept atmospheric CO2 and form first stable product of photosynthesis. This substance undergo many changes and final product glucose is produced in only 90 seconds. Simultaneously, the initial acceptor is generated so that it can accept CO2 again and keep the process going. This is all about the Melvin Calvin. Then three major steps of Calvin cycle. First one is the carboxylation, means fixation of carbon. For fixation of carbon, there is one enzyme in plants, it is known as Rubisco. It is also known as RUBP carboxylase. Actually, this Rubisco enzyme show two activities. One is the carboxylase activity, means fixation of carbon dioxide, and second one is the oxygenase activities. It is known as oxygenase activity. When temperature is very high, then stomata get close and entry of CO2 get inhibited. Therefore, Rubisco in that condition fix the atmospheric oxygen and show the oxygenase activity. But conditions are favorable, temperature is optimum, then generally Rubisco enzyme fix the atmospheric CO2 and show the carboxylase activity. This is known as carboxylation. Then see, second step is the reduction. Actually, NADPH2 act as a reducing substrate. It donates the electron for reduction of 3-phosphoglyceric acid. Then next step is the formation of hexose sugar and regeneration of RUBP, that is ribulose 1,5 bisphosphate. How glucose is formed and how RUBP, that is ribulose 1,5 bisphosphate, is regenerated is we going to study in the last step. Then see the chemical reactions in Calvin cycle. First step in Calvin cycle is actually the carboxylation, means carbon fixation. First compound in Calvin cycle is the ribulose 1,5-bisphosphate. It is also known as RUBP. It is the 5 carbon compound. Rubisco carboxylase. Rubisco is the enzyme for fixation of carbon dioxide, atmospheric carbon dioxide. It actually shows the carboxylase activity when temperature is optimum. Optimum means in between 25 to or 15 to 25 degrees Celsius. There is a formation of first unstable keto acid. It is the 6 carbon compound C. Ribulose 1,5-bisphosphate is the 5 carbon, then CO2, this 1 carbon, 5 plus 1, 6 carbon unstable keto acid is formed. It is unstable, therefore it split into the 3-phosphoglycerate, 2 molecules of 3-phosphoglycerate. 3-phosphoglycerate, 2 molecules, therefore each molecule contains 3 carbons. This is the first stable compound form, therefore this cycle is known as C3 cycle. First step is the carboxylation. Then next is the reduction. How reduction takes place? See, in first step 3-phosphoglycerate, actually phosphorylation takes place by phosphoglycerate kinase. Phosphorylation means addition of phosphate to form another compound. It is known as 1,3-bisphosphoglyceric acid. 1,3-bisphosphoglyceric acid. See, one ATP used here, it convert into the ADP, adenosine diphosphate, and inorganic phosphate. This inorganic phosphate add on 3-phosphoglycerate to form 1,3-bisphosphoglyceric acid. This is the first step where this ATP is synthesized. It's synthesized in the photo part. We already studied the photo part and used here. Then 1,3-bisphosphoglyceric acid get converted into the 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde. Here actually reduction takes place. NADPH to reduce, oxidize, actually NADPH to oxidize to donate electron, and 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate get converted into the 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde. Enzyme for this reaction is the NADP 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde dehydrogenase. This is the enzyme for this reaction. 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde is the 3 carbon compound. Actually 2 molecules are formed. 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde and dihydroxyacetone phosphate. These are the isomers of each other. These are the 2 compounds. 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde get converted into dihydroxyacetone phosphate. Maybe dihydroxyacetone phosphate get converted into the 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde. Enzyme for this conversion is the triose phosphate. One enzyme, important enzyme that convert 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde into the dihydroxyacetone phosphate is the triose phosphate. Then see, out of these molecules, one is responsible for regeneration of ribulose 1,5-bisphosphate and another is responsible for formation of glucose molecule. This another step is the regeneration, and the formation is the last step. Regeneration of ribulose 1,5-bisphosphate and formation of hexose sugar, that is the glucose. This is the next step. We already discussed the carboxylation and the reduction, first 2 stages. Then last one is the regeneration and formation of hexose sugar. See, 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde get converted into the fructose 1,6-bisphosphate. Fructose 1,6-bisphosphate. Then fructose 1,6-bisphosphate get converted into the fructose 6-phosphate. Here inorganic phosphate get removed, means phosphorylation takes place. Sorry, dephosphorylation takes place, means removal of one inorganic phosphate to produce fructose 6-phosphate, then which is then isomerized into the glucose 6-phosphate. See, these are the isomers of each other. Fructose 6-phosphate get isomerized into the glucose 6-phosphate. And last step, glucose 6-phosphate loses phosphate, that is known as dephosphorylation, and produce glucose. 6-carbon glucose is produced. This is the formation of hexose sugar. This is formation of hexose sugar. Then see the regeneration. In a regeneration, RUBP, that is ribulose 1,5-bisphosphate, get regenerated through the several biochemical reactions. These RUBP, ribulose 1,5-bisphosphate, get regenerated by or through several biochemical reactions. These reactions are called sugar phosphate interconversion. All the compounds intermediate form are sugar phosphates. Actually, these all compounds are formed, they are the sugar phosphates. For example, first one is the erythrose 4-phosphate, then xylulose 5-phosphate. Here xylulose 5-phosphate intermediate between pseudoheptulose and the erythrose 4-phosphate. Then pseudoheptulose, then pseudoheptulose 7-phosphate, this pseudoheptulose 7-phosphate, then ribulose monophosphate, and finally ribulose monophosphate is phosphorylated to ribulose 1,5-bisphosphate using ATP. Here one ATP is used, it donate inorganic phosphate, and RUMP, that is ribulose monophosphate, get converted into finally ribulose 1,5-bisphosphate. Actually, for synthesis of one glucose molecule, 6 turns of Calvin cycle are required, or 6 molecules of RUBP. How many molecules? 6 molecules of RUBP and 6 molecules of CO2 are required. 6 molecules of CO2 are required. Then 1/6 part of phosphoglyceraldehyde, that is out of 12 molecules of 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde, 2 are used for synthesis of glucose. How many molecules are formed? 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde, total 12 molecules are formed. Out of 2 molecules are used to form glucose, and remaining 10 molecules, they are responsible for synthesis of or regeneration of ribulose 1,5-bisphosphate. This is actually the path of Calvin cycle. Then for fixation of one carbon compound, there is a requirement of 3 ATP molecules. 3 ATP molecules and 2 NADPH2. Therefore, for synthesis of one glucose molecule, C6H12O6 is the formula. For fixation of 6 carbon compound, there is a requirement of 18 ATP and 12 NADPH2 molecules. Then how that, if we write the chemical equation of photosynthesis, how we can write? 6 CO2 plus how many CO2? 12 H2O plus 18 ATP plus 12 NADPH2 is equal to C6H12O6 plus 6 O2 molecule get evolved. This is overall chemical equation of Calvin cycle, or photosynthesis. How many ATP? 18 ATP, 12 NADPH2, 6 CO2 carbon, 6 CO2 and 12 H2 molecules are required for synthesis of one glucose molecule. This is the chemical equation of photosynthesis or Calvin cycle. This is all about the Calvin cycle. Then see, next is the photorespiration. First of all, what is meant by photorespiration? Photo means light. In presence of light, plant show respiration, is known as photorespiration. Respiration means many higher plants which take up oxygen in the light and give out some carbon dioxide, is known as respiration. If it takes place in presence of light, then it is known as photorespiration. It is also known as glycolate pathway. Why it is called as glycolate pathway? Because in this cycle, first compound is formed is the glycolate, therefore it is known as glycolate cycle. It is also known as C2 cycle. Why it is called as C2 cycle? Because first compound form is the 2 carbon compound, therefore it is known as C2 cycle. First compound is the phosphoglycolate, therefore it is the 2 carbon compound, therefore it is known as C2 cycle. See the definition: a respiratory process in many higher plants by which they take up oxygen in light and give out some carbon dioxide. Means in presence of light, plant takes up the oxygen and give out some carbon dioxide, is known as photorespiration. This process of photorespiration accomplished in the 3 different cell organelles, that is chloroplast, then peroxisome, and last one is the mitochondria. Then see the chemical reactions of photorespiration. First one, this is actually the Calvin cycle. This is Calvin cycle carried out inside the chloroplast. We already studied the first biochemical reaction of Calvin cycle, that is RUBP, ribulose 1,5-bisphosphate, in presence of carbon dioxide get converted into the 3-phosphoglycerate. How many molecules are formed? 2 molecules of 3-phosphoglycerate are formed. But here actually only one 3-phosphoglycerate is formed. Why? Because see here, in presence of light, Rubisco show the oxygenase activity, and therefore Rubisco absorb the oxygen instead CO2. CO2 not absorbed by the Rubisco. Why? Because temperature is very high, there is a closure of stomata, or stomata get closed, and due to that unavailability of CO2 is there, and therefore Rubisco absorb the oxygen. Right? Then see, ribulose 1,5-bisphosphate is the 5 carbon compound and one oxygen get added. Therefore this 5 carbon compound get converted into the 3 carbon compound 3-phosphoglyceric acid and the 2 carbon compound phosphoglycolate. Means this 5 carbon get divided into the 3 carbon 3-phosphoglyceric acid and 2 carbon compound phosphoglycolate in presence of oxygen, not in presence of CO2, because here now Rubisco show the oxygenase activity. Then first stable compound is the phosphoglycolate. It is the 2 carbon compound, therefore it is known as C2 cycle. Then this phosphoglycolate actually dephosphorylase to form glycolate. This dephosphorylated to form glycolate within the chloroplast. See, glycolates form. It is also the 2 carbon compound. Enzyme is the phosphatase. It remove the inorganic phosphate. Then the glycolate then gets diffused into the peroxisome. See, it get diffused into the peroxisome, where it is oxidized to glyoxylate. Here oxidation of glycolate takes place and get converted into the glyoxylate. O2 oxidation takes place and hydrogen peroxide get released. Glycolate is also 2 carbon compound. Glyoxylate is also 2 carbon compound. Then see, glyoxylate then converted into the amino acid glycine. Here transamination reaction takes place and 2 glycine molecules are formed. Transamination, we already studied the transamination. What is meant by transamination? Transamination means addition of amino group from one compound to the another is known as transamination. Here glutamate is the amino acid, glutamic acid, glutarate get converted into the alpha ketoglutarate and it get transfer its amino group to the glyoxylate, and finally 2 glycine molecules are formed. 2 glycine, this is the structure of glycine. Amino acid contain 1 carboxylic group, 1 amino group. See, and this is the single molecule of glycine, therefore it having 2 carbons, COOH, and this is the central carbon atom. When 2 molecules of glycine are formed, they contain the 4 carbon, therefore it is 4 carbon compound. 2 glycine molecules are formed by transamination. Then these glycines enters into mitochondria. These glycines are present in mitochondria, and 2 molecules of glycine give rise to 1 molecule of serine and 1 CO2. Now these 2 glycines, they give 1 molecule of serine, it is the 3 carbon compound, and 1 molecule of carbon dioxide. Here enzyme is the glycine decarboxylase. Here decarboxylation takes place, 1 CO2 get removed and glycine get converted into the serine. Serine is also the amino acid. Then this serine get converted into the hydroxypyruvate. Here enzyme is serine hydroxymethyl transferase. Methyl group of serine, that is amino group, actually that amino group get transferred to alpha ketoglutarate and glutamate is again formed. And serine get converted into the hydroxypyruvate. Hydroxypyruvate is the 3 carbon compound. Then hydroxypyruvate get converted into the glycerate. Glycerate then diffuse inside chloroplast. Here ATP get hydrolyzed and glycerate get converted into the 3-phosphoglycerate. Again means 1 molecule of 3-phosphoglycerate is formed. First, in previous when this reaction gets start, then 1 molecule of 3-phosphoglycerate is already formed and now another one is formed. Therefore 2 molecules of 3-phosphoglycerate are finally generated by photorespiration. See, this photorespiration does 75% of carbon lost by oxygenation of RUBP is recovered, but 25% is lost as a release of 1 molecule of CO2. Means we recovered the 75% of carbon in photorespiration, but 25% of carbon get released. See this reaction, 2 glycine get converted into serine. Here 1 CO2 get released. Means we recovered the 75% of carbon, but 25% of carbon get lost in the photorespiration. Photorespiration is also called photosynthetic carbon oxidation cycle. It protects the C3 plants from photooxidative damage. This is also one important of photorespiration. Then see the significance of photorespiration. What are the significance? Actually, there is no such a positive function of photorespiration in plants. There is no major positive function of photorespiration in plants. But 50% of carbon dioxide fixed may have to pass photorespiratory process, that is glycolate pathway, to form carbohydrates such as sucrose, thereby resulting in considerable decrease of photosynthetic productivity. Means photosynthetic productivity also decreased in photorespiration. Unlike usual mitochondrial respiration, neither reduced to enzymes are generated in photorespiration, nor the oxidation of glycolate is coupled with the formation of ATP. This is also one negative, actually not a positive function of photorespiration. Like in mitochondrial respiration, ATP are synthesized, but here ATP molecules are not synthesized. This cycle produces two molecules of phosphoglycolate by oxygenation, which contain 4 carbon, 2 plus 2. One of these 4 carbon atom lost as a CO2, and remaining 3 carbon cycle back to the chloroplast as a glycerate. Thus glycolate pathway recover 75% of carbon, which would otherwise be lost as a 2-phosphoglycolate from the Calvin cycle. I already told that 75% of carbon lost by oxygenation of RUBP is recovered, but 25% lost as a release of one molecule of CO2. Means 75% of carbon recovered in the photorespiration, but 25% of carbon get lost in the photorespiration. These are some significance of photorespiration. I hope you understand the Calvin cycle, that is C3 cycle, and the photorespiration. For this lecture, I refer Tej and Jigar, a reference book of Tej and Jigar, and also textbook of plant physiology by V. Verma and fundamentals of plant physiology by V.K. Jain. In next lecture, we are going to study the C4 plants, then CAM pathway, crassulacean acid metabolism, then subtypes of C4 according to the biochemical reactions. In next lecture, we are going to study C4 and the CAM plants, and what is the difference between C3, C4 and the CAM plants. I hope you understand this lecture. Thank you.